Good day, everyone. So now I will discuss to you the answers for our prelim exam in Accounting 11. So let's start. Now, in the first part of our exam, we have this multiple choice. So in here, choose the letter that corresponds to the best answer. So statement 1, accounting is useful in making economic decision. That is correct. Statement 2, accounting demands critical thinking and creative skills. That is also correct. So our answer for this number is option 3. Both statements are correct. Next, statement 1. The primary function of accounting is to prepare the financial reports and provide them to the economic decision makers. Yes, that is correct. Statement 2. The purpose of accounting is to help financial users see the true picture of the business in social terms. So, what makes it wrong is because of the word social. So, this should be in financial terms. So our answer for this number is option or the first option, only statement 1 is correct. Next, the following statements describe the nature of accounting except. So accounting is a service activity, correct? Accounting is a process, an art, and a discipline. Yes, accounting is the language and eyes of the business. So, our answer for this number is the last option. Accounting is a perfect science of business. Next, this work in accounting is performed after the work of an accountant is completed. So, answer for this number is auditing. So right after the recording and reporting of financial statements, here comes the work of the accountant in auditing, or let's say the auditor who checks the or verifies the accuracy of the financial reports, or if it is free from misstatement or bias. Again, our answer is auditing. Next number, we have number 6. To determine the financial health of the business, an accountant should prepare. So, our answer for this is option B, the statement of financial position, or the other term for this is the statement of financial condition or the financial health of the business. Next, which of the following accounting process comes ahead of the others? So, the first accounting process or the first step in accounting process is the identifying. So, again, identifying is the process of recognition and non-recognition of business activities as an accountable event. The following are the external users of general purpose financial statements except. So, when we say external users, that is, those are outside, yung mga outsiders ng business. So, creditors, government, and suppliers, they are external users except the first option, which is the board of directors. So our answer for this number is board of directors. Next, he introduced the use of 3 books in doing accounting: memorandum, where the transactions are noted; the journal, where the debits and credits of transactions are listed; and the ledger, where postings are done. So the father of accounting is Luca Pacioli, or the option 3. Again, our answer is Luca Pacioli. Next, the field of accounting which is directly involved in the preparation of financial statement is. So our answer for this is general accounting. Next, which of the following is an explicit accounting assumption? So under the revised accounting framework, the explicit accounting assumption is the going concern. All else like this accounting entity, monetary, and accounting period are implicit accounting assumption. Next part of the exam is the identification. So identify or classify the items as to whether they belong to the assets, liabilities, capital, revenue, or expenses of the business. So just type A for assets, L for liabilities, C for capital, R for revenue, and E for expenses. So first, merchandise inventory, that is an asset. Next, accounts receivable, that is also an asset. Worthless receivable, when we say worthless receivable, receivable that are hopeless for collection. So that is an expense account. Worthless receivable, expense. Next, prepaid rent, asset. Obsolete merchandise, that is an expense kasi obsolete. So that is this merchandise has no value. 17, rent expense is an expense. Notes receivable, asset. Accrued interest receivable is an asset. Unused supplies, so these are the office supplies are unused, so this is an asset. Next, land is also an asset. Store building is an asset. Used supplies, so ibig sabihin gamit na, that this is an expense. Accumulated depreciation is part of the asset, but take note that this is a contra asset account. Again, accumulated depreciation is a contra asset account, but then again, our answer for this is asset. Next, a furniture and fixture is an asset. Sales is revenue. Depreciation is an expense. Cash, assets. Accounts payable, liability. Interest income, revenue, or R. And lastly, drawings. Drawings is capital. No, it would affect our capital. Okay, next part of the exam is the problem solving. So answer only using this format. At the beginning of the year, Kulbaan Enterprises had total assets of 400,000 and total liabilities of 180,000. So answer the following questions. Total assets increased by 30% and owner's equity increased by the same percent. So what is the amount of total liabilities at the end of the year? Okay, now again, using our basic accounting equation, we have assets is equal to liability plus equity. Let's plot the given. We have assets of 400,000, liabilities of 180,000, and equity is not given. So the question is, total assets increased by 30% and the owner's equity increased by the same percent. What is the amount of total liabilities? So what we will do is, this 400,000, we will multiply this by 130%. So again, since the total assets increased by 30%, so the assets will be multiplied by 130%, as well as the equity, which also increased by the same percent. So 400,000 times 130%, that is 520,000. And then the equity, which can be computed. So compute na lang natin yung equity. We have 400 less 180, that is 220,000. So 220,000 multiplied by 130%, that is equal to 286,000. Now the question is, how much is the liability? So asset less equity of 286, we have liability of 234,000. So our answer for this question is 234,000. So next question, if total assets decreased by 50,000 and owner's equity remained the same, how much is the total liabilities at the end of the year? Okay, so again, our assets decreased by 50,000, so that means from 400 it will become 350,000, and our liability remained the same. So again, this is 220,000. So the question is, how much is our liability? So our answer for this is 130,000 pesos. So that is 350 less 220,000. Lastly, if assets increased by 60,000 and liabilities decreased by 40,000, how much is the owner's equity balance before these changes took place? So alam na natin, kasi nga sabi dito, before these changes took place. So bago nagkaroon ng changes, yung equity natin is 220,000. So, yan yung sagot natin. 220,000. Okay, so let's proceed to the last part of the exam, the matching type. So, this is optional. Pwede nyong sagutan, pwede ding hindi. So, actually, bonus ito. Kung sino man yung sumagot dito, their scores will be added, or the points that they will get from here is or will be added to their scores. So pero hindi siya kasali dun sa denominator natin. So choose from the following options the correct answer for each statement. Type in caps lock the letter only. So first, resulting information is meaningful and useful to those who need to know something about the status of a certain organization. So our answer here is the principle of relevance. Letter C. Next, 36. A uniform set. Okay, nawala. A uniform set of accounting rules, procedures, practices, and standards that are followed in preparing the financial statement. So, ang answer natin dito is GAAP or the Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. Letter G for number 36. Next, it is the financial flexibility of the enterprise to use available cash for unexpected requirements and investment opportunities. So, answer natin dito is capacity for adaptation. So, that is letter B. Next, the examination of financial statements and report of findings to the management. Answer is auditing, letter F. Lastly, created by Professional Regulation Commission or PRC upon recommendation of the BOA or the Board of Accountancy to assist them in carrying out its powers and functions. So answer is letter A, Philippine Financial Reporting Standards Council. Now, if you have questions and clarifications regarding our discussion for the prelim exam explanation of answers, you can message me through our GC. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you and God bless.